AI exploded into the mainstream narrative in 2022 and is set to only grow through 2023. Many compare this to the metaverse narrative of 2021, which even saw entire companies renaming themselves to follow the trend and invest billions. However, we have yet to see any metaverse projects hit mainstream popularity and are seeing companies such as Google pivot funding away from their metaverse initiatives. AI, on the other hand, is already here, already being used by millions around the world daily, and if anything, the real-world use case happened before the mainstream narrative even caught up. The AI mania started over the summer with image generation AI such as Midjourney and DALL-E taking social media by storm and even controversially winning a real-world art competition. Nonetheless, no one could have predicted the impact of ChatGPT, a social chat AI which broke all records, gaining 100 million users in just its first 2 months alone. AI, of course, has also broken into the cryptosphere, with many projects old and new featuring forms of machine learning and being based on AI technologies. And of course, as always in crypto, many projects are merely calling themselves AI crypto to ride the narrative wave. So why now? What happened? The first AI boom was in the 1980s, when advancements in computing allowed the first forms of deep learning and expert systems, where computer systems could learn from their mistakes and make independent decisions. The recent AI boom, however, is a direct result of Web 2 and the resulting massive scale data clouds available for AIs to train and learn from, such as Google and Twitter. Recent years have also seen a golden age in computing power that are dedicated to machine learning solutions that you can find off the shelf. Originally enabled in part by the development of massively parallel computing solutions for video game graphics, along with high-speed mobile internet, this has brought sophisticated AI solutions to the mainstream, with the heavyweight computing happening on the cloud in dedicated computer centers, and the users viewing the results on their mobile devices or home PCs. Where did it all begin? Now that AI has broken into the mainstream public domain, we can look to where the ideas for artificial intelligence first ever began. Possibly the first written example of an artificial being comes from the ancient Greeks. The myth of Pygmalion and Galatea tells the story of a sculptor who falls in love with his own creation, a statue of a beautiful woman. This myth is often considered to be the first example of the idea of creating artificial life. Fast forward to the 18th century, and we see the creation of the mechanical Turk, a machine which could perform tasks that would normally require human intelligence. Although ultimately being a hoax, this was the earliest recorded example of people being familiarized with a machine thinking on its own. In the early 20th century, we witnessed the first recorded use of the term robot in the Czech writer's Karel Čapek's play Rossum's Universal Robots. In the modern era, we can't talk about the history of AI without mentioning Alan Turing. Turing is widely considered to be the father of modern computing, and his work on Turing test helped lay the foundations for what we now know as AI. Although public attention is on ChatGPT, Midjourney, and their competitors, this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to AI infiltration of modern life. There's so much coming our way in many different facets, and everything's going to be affected. Alongside the recent acceleration in AI capability comes the various use cases. AI is now being used in a wide range of industries to improve efficiency, accuracy, and decision making. Here are some of the most common use cases for AI software currently. One I see in is healthcare. AI is being used in the healthcare industry to improve patient outcomes and streamline processes. For example, AI algorithms are being used to diagnose medical conditions, predict patient outcomes, and assist with medical research. Pretty amazing. Then there's finance. AI is also being utilized in the financial industry to improve risk management, detect fraud, and automate financial processes. For example, AI algorithms are being used to identify unusual transactions, detect money laundering activities, as well as predict price action and human emotion responses. And that's not it. Also in retail. The retail industry used machine learning to improve customer service and personalized shopping experiences. For example, AI algorithms are being used to recommend products based on customer preferences. And with that, they can predict sales and trends. On top of that, we have transportation. AI is being used in the transportation industry to improve safety and efficiency. Even my car can drive by itself on the highway, basically, and stay in the lane. AI algorithms are being used in autonomous vehicles to make driving decisions and prevent accidents. One of the most powerful AI computing clusters in the world is owned by Tesla, and it is called Dojo. It's also being used in manufacturing. AI is being implemented in the manufacturing industry to improve production processes and reduce waste. For example, AI algorithms are being used to optimize supply chains and monitor equipment performance and predict points of failure. When you have that many things going on throughout the world, AI can help. AI is also being used in the energy industry to improve energy efficiency and reduce emissions. AI algorithms are being used to optimize energy usage in buildings and predict equipment failures and intelligently manage energy grids to reduce costs and outages. These are just a few examples of how AI is being used in the modern era. As AI continues to advance, it is likely we will see even more innovative use cases that emerge in the future. In the near-term future, we are likely to see the continued integration of AI in the industries mentioned and AI being featured in all aspects of daily life. Like all new technology, there will be disruptions. Many tasks a human can do will be done better and more efficiently with AI. This will lead to many professions becoming obsolete, and AI will take over them. This is similar to the craftsman job losses brought on by the Industrial Revolution. We are likely to see a similar societal shift in the coming decades. In the immediate term, alongside parallel emerging technologies such as augmented reality and embedded human interface technology, expect to see AIs monitoring every aspect of our daily lives and directing advertising and products at us individually, along with predicting our future actions and preemptively assisting with those tasks. While the near-term future of AI technology is exciting and will bring both opportunities and disruptions, the speculative but likely future is even more exciting. Super intelligent AI. It is likely in that future, AI will surpass human intelligence and become super intelligent. This could lead to a world where machines make all the decisions, solve all the problems, and take care of all our needs. It could be a world free from poverty, corruption, and war, but it could also raise an ethical question about the power and control of these machines and their impact on humanity. Fiction rarely casts our machine overlords of a future in a positive way. Human AI mergers. It is possible that in the future humans will merge with AI to create cyborgs or augmented humans. This is a fact already happening through Elon Musk's company Neuralink. Mankind wishes to even compete with AI and not become intellectually obsolete. We must become smarter and upgrade ourselves both in intelligence and wisdom to do this. In the future, it is highly possible many will live in fully immersible virtual reality worlds powered by AI. This could provide a platform for us to explore new experiences, test new technologies, and escape from the challenges of the real world. But it could also raise questions about the impact of our physical and mental health, and whether we will be able to distinguish between what is real and what is virtual. However, human reality is already just electrical signals from our various senses going to our brain. So is there a difference between virtual reality and the reality our brain thinks is real right now? AI technology has come a long way since its inception in the 1980s and has already made a significant impact in our lives in various industries. While AI is currently mostly used for automating routine tasks and optimizing processes and deep learning creative tools, the potential for the future advancement is vast and exciting. The future of AI holds many possibilities that could definitely revolutionize the way we live and work. Being in the cryptosphere already puts us at the forefront of this new technology, so it's important we stay informed and adapt to the advancements that AI is bringing us. The future of AI is both exciting and challenging, and I can't wait to see what's next.